Welcome to the Man of Recaps. This is Gen V Season 1. Welcome to the world of The Boys, where superheroes are generally the villains, and the superhero megacorporation Vought is up to all sorts of evil stuff. Specifically, the boys just exposed that superheroes were not born but made by secretly injecting babies with the dangerous chemical compound V. So now at the superhero college, Godolkin University, God U, the next generation of young superheroes have come to terms with their compound V origins and are optimistic to make the world better. We follow freshman Marie Moreau, who had a nice happy childhood with her parents and sister, but when she unexpectedly manifested blood powers, she was unable to control them and accidentally killed her parents. And so Marie was sent to a superhero orphanage where no one wanted to adopt her because blood powers are gross, but she worked her butt off and got into God U, where she's excited to learn to be a real hero. But she was not accepted to the crime-fighting school. There's very few slots for actual heroes. Most super people just end up being actors. She pleads her case to the legendary Professor Brink, but he doesn't care about her. He only cares about the strongest heroes like his golden boy Luke, whose superhero name is Golden Boy. He has Human Torch flame-on powers and is generally a top-tier soup. But that night, a crazed student is out of control, and eager to prove herself, Marie helps stop him. Luke's best friend Andre saw her in action and invites Marie out to hang with the cool kids, and they're a good group. Golden Boy is actually a really nice guy. His girlfriend Kate has compulsion powers. If she touches you, you have to do what she says. Their other friend Jordan is very strong too, and their powers involve switching genders at will. Andre has metal powers like Magneto, but when he's showing off, someone bumps him and he accidentally hits someone. But Marie manages to use her blood powers to save her. Oh yes, Marie's a hero. But her reward is being expelled. Yeah, to protect their top students, they're blaming hitting the girl on Marie. So unjust. Meanwhile, there's something going on with Luke. He keeps having visions of being in the woods with his dead brother. And just as Marie goes back to Brink's office, Golden Boy's in there and has just killed him. He comes for Marie to eliminate the witness, but luckily his friend Jordan's there to stop him. Their boy forms for defense and girl forms for offense. But it's finally Andre who talks his friend down, and Luke feels so bad about what he did. Oh no, he kills himself. So Vought executive Ashley Barrett from The Boys is here to put a spin on things and focus on the heroes who stopped him. So Marie now finds herself thrust into the spotlight, famous overnight as the Guardians of Godolkin. Andre is more used to this media circus. His father was the famous soup Polarity, who's grooming his son to take his place one day. But Andre doesn't care about PR right now. He and Kate want to figure out why their best friend Luke killed Brink in the first place. And as they bond over the loss of their best friend and boyfriend, grief is nature's most powerful aphrodisiac, these two get it on. So Andre does some snooping and discovers the woods, the secret science lab in the basement where Vought is experimenting on students, and the escapee from the beginning is Luke's brother Sam, who is not dead, he's a prisoner down here. Andre tries to tell his dad, but it's like, son, you gotta drop this or they'll kill you. Yes, his dad knows, and now Andre's mad at his father. Now meet Marie's roommate Emma, who's super fun and friendly. She has a moderately successful YouTube channel as Little Cricket because she's got shrinking powers, but using her powers is not fun. She shrinks by throwing up. She confides this to a new friend, who then outs her secret for views, so she's had a rough start to the school year. So Andre tells her about the woods, and she's excited to use her powers for good. She sneaks in and meets Sam. Hey, I'm here to rescue you. That involves taking out a guard, but not with an Ant-Man PG-13 punch, but by disgustingly crawling through his brain. Anyway, they escape and hide out in an old drive-in, and Sam's kind of a funny guy. These two start flirting. But Sam is a little bit crazy, sees things as puppets, and when security comes for him, there's a hilarious scene of ultra-violent puppet action. So Sam's gonna kill the main scientist of the woods, but his new friends bust in to stop him. In fact, it's Emma who eats the spaghetti, which, wow, makes her grow real big. But then something weird happens, because it immediately cuts to the next morning. Yeah, none of the group remember last night, because apparently they had an awesome party. Marie and Jordan slept together. Yeah, they've had a whole arc and had just started a little romance. But unfortunately, this morning's a little awkward, as for their first time, they were both blacked out. But pretty soon they realize they all blacked out, and when Sam comes to find them, they don't remember him. They realize someone erased their memories, and their top suspect is psychic douche Rufus. Marie had a run-in with him earlier where he tried to use his powers for some sexual assault, but she used her powers to explode his dick. So they try to track him down, but that's hard to do when he can make you forget what you were doing. But soon they realize it wasn't Rufus. Their memories were erased by their friend Kate. We get her tragic backstory of how she accidentally killed her brother, then her mom locked her up. It was Dean Indira Shetty of Godolkin University who was the first person to show her kindness. But she's a master manipulator who was using Kate, convinced her erasing her friend's memory was the right thing to do. In fact, for years, while they were transferring Sam's power into Luke, she convinced her to erase her boyfriend's memory too. But now Kate realizes she was being used, is ready to expose Dean Shetty Marie and the Woods. Now, the main project of the Woods is to make a virus that can nullify powers. Vought wants a way to control their Supes, and it only makes them a little sick. But turns out Dean Shetty has her own agenda. She has the scientist make it a deadly virus. Her family was killed in that Homelander plane crash, so now she wants to kill all Supes. Without knowing which adults they can trust, our gang hopes to expose this to Victoria Neuman. Yes, the congresswoman from The Boys, who's now running for vice president on a very reasonable platform of Supe oversight. But the country's more polarized than ever following the season 3 finale where Homelander lasered a guy and got cheered for it. That has unfortunately kickstarted a new Supe supremacy movement. But Newman's happy to talk to Marie Moreau, the guardian of Godolkin, a minor celebrity. But it's more than that. She reveals her secret. Remember, she's a Supe with blood powers too. And she also grew up in that orphanage, has been keeping an eye on Marie, and wants to be her mentor. So Marie tells her about the Woods, and it's like, great, don't worry, I got this. She convinces the scientists to give her the virus, but she doesn't expose it, she explodes his head. Yeah, remember, she's got her own sinister agenda. So now our crew has captured Dean Shetty, and she reveals the Woods isn't new. The whole purpose of Godolkin is to study Supes. Kate, feeling incredibly betrayed, makes Dean Shetty kill herself. Then she and Sam go down to the lab for a full Woods prison break. They understandably have a lot of pent-up rage, but they take it out, not on Vought, but in a kill-all-humans murder spree. Emma tries to talk Sam out of this. They had a deep connection, spent a whole episode doing it, but Sam accidentally went to a party where he quickly got radicalized in the anti-human camp. So now he's actually really mean to Emma. She feels real small, and in fact, she gets real small, maybe found a new way to use her power. Andre and Kate had also fallen in love, but he can't talk her out of this. She's committed. So Sam and Andre have a big fight, where in the end, they basically take each other down. And by the way, Andre's dad was in the hospital because turns out using his powers is killing him, and by extension, Andre's too. So now it's carnage on the campus, and it's up to Marie, the guardian of Godolkin, to save it. And with lots of blood laying around, this is her time to shine, takes out the rest of the rampaging Supes. Kate goes to use her powers on Jordan, but Marie blows off her hand, and the day is saved. Now, an adult Supe arrives on the scene. Oh snap, it's Homelander! And he's not happy with how this played out. He chastises Marie for protecting the humans by fighting other Supes. And so, oh, it's laser time! But he didn't kill her, Marie survived, and the rest of her friends are all here too. Apparently, Homelander spun the story to make them the villains, and Kate and Sam the heroes who stopped them. So our crew is locked up, who knows where, and that's where season 1 comes to an end. If you liked this recap, hit that subscribe button for more of the best recaps of TV and movies.